Okay, all right. Hello, everybody. How you guys are doing? Oh, we already have 6 people watching our talk show. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you very much. I think you guys are our regular show watchers. Where every Wednesday, if you know about this talk show, this is a talk show called Talk with Steven. I know this is a very lame name, but this is the best that I can come up with for this talk show. So this talk show is called Talk with Steven, where the host, me, Steven, will interview successful individuals who are successful in terms of their own personal life, their business, their career, and all these things. We will invite them to share their very valuable personal experiences so that we all can learn from it. So this talk show will happen on every Wednesday 1 p.m. So if you guys are watching new, so block your time every Wednesday 1 p.m. 1 to 1:30 for just for 30 minutes. We will have like a lunch and learn session. You can makan lunch, and then while you are makaning, you can just tune into Facebook and then just watch a live for 30 minutes. Then you can benefit from it. Your takeaway will be worth it because all the guest speakers have valuable experience. We have actually interviewed many people so far. Our previous topic was about mental health. The one before that was how you can develop your business during the pandemic time when you're even if your business is closed. Then we talked about employment, parenting. We have talked about a lot of topics. Every previous live show will be updated in the Create Your Work Reality group. So if you guys miss any of the live session, if you feel like you want some motivation or all these things, you can go back there and watch the session again. So before we invite our guest speaker to the show, I would like to thank our co-organizers for this particular Talk with Steven session. We have two amazing co-organizers who are very close to my heart, and we have ET Ideas here. ET Ideas is one of the main co-organizer of this event. ET Ideas is a social business incubator that focus on developing entrepreneurs who can step out of the system and solve world problems at the root cause collectively and selflessly. Not only developing entrepreneurs, we also develop people on how they can do better at their career, their goals, how they can align their thoughts towards an action and work towards their goal properly without any disturbance and everything. So I'm a person who was guided by ET ideas in my life. I think I've been mentored by them in the past 3 years, and I'm turned out to be a pretty nice guy. So that's ET ideas for you. And then we have also another co-organizers, PMDK. PMDK is an NGO that focus on guiding and supporting the younger generation, give them the support, the guidance, the resources that they need so that they can go out there and do something that they want. They don't have to go to the normal system and do the same thing again and again and again. They can do something for themselves. They can create their own reality. All they need is the support and guidance, and PMDK is there to provide that. We work very closely with a nationwide youth movement called Ascendance, where we work with them very closely on how we can collectively impact as much as youngsters as possible. So we have collaborated and did a conference for students in the last May 29. We have impacted about 6,900 students. SNS did a conference for 6,900 students. It was amazing, and they are doing another conference for September, which is about 50,000 students, and it's completely free for youngsters to go for it. That is the best part of it. So thank you, PMDK, for doing all this amazing work. You guys can follow ET Ideas in Facebook, Instagram, and PMDK in Facebook and Instagram as well. So I think enough of me talking. We can invite our guest speaker to the stage. Um, but our guest speaker for today, with the topic, very interesting topic of Am I a Good Employee, is Miss Lynn Chen. Lynn is a senior analyst who is working in a very big MNC in Malaysia. I don't want to mention the MNC name, but I'm sure you will heard of this. You've seen it in every single highway, every single place that you're going. So it's a very big MNC. She's a senior analyst there, and she has more than 12 years of corporate experience in the working world. I have never been that much of, I don't have that much of experience, but she's working there for like 12 years. Wow, Lynn, you're really great in the corporate world. And she's also one of the ET Idea Associate, where she joined one of the conference that ET Ideas does in 2020, physical conference before the pandemic thing came about. And she really fell in love with the ET Ideas. She joined the program, and then she became a part of ET Ideas. And now she's helping a lot of people to solve their problems in their workplace, in their life, and all these things. So that's Lee, and she's also the speaker of Dare to Live virtual conference. This is something very cool. In 2020 January, she joined the conference as a participant. She paid come for it as a participant, and then last year at the end of the last year, she became one of the speaker for this Dare to Live conference. It was so amazing to see that, because her growth is really really a lot. And she's also one of the AJK FPMDK, where she focused on fundraising and all these things and all. So Lynn is a very very nice person. So let's put your hand together to welcome Lynn to the stage. Hello, Lynn.
Hi, Stephen. Hi, everyone. Oh my goodness,
Hello.
Stephen. Thank you for the power introduction. Now I don't know how I'm going to live up to the expectations.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. There is a lot of people already saying hi from they are watching from YouTube. Just to let you guys know, we are going live in multiple platforms, at least 6 platforms. So we are going live in YouTube, Facebook, some Facebook groups. So everybody is saying hi to you, Lynn. So they all are waiting to hear this interesting topic from you. Am I a good employee? So
yes, hi guys. Yeah. Thank you very much for the support. Very nervous here.
Yeah, how this topic, am I a good employee, came about is I was having a chat with one of the council members in ET Ideas, and we were talking something. Suddenly this am I a good employee topic came about, and I was like, that's actually a very good topic that we can discuss in our talk show. The only person that came to my mind is Lynn, so that's why Lynn is here. And one very very cool thing about Lynn is she's working as a senior analyst, and she successfully designed and delivered this initiative called Dream Tank. It's a Lynn, correct me if I'm wrong. You can also talk about Dream Tank after this. Dream Tank is like an initiative that brings together the employees, the working colleagues, as a family, as a team. It's as a normal activities that Lynn does that bring them as a family, get to know more about them, and because of that their work productivity increase a lot in their workplace. And her boss personally come to her and ask her to deliver this. I was really surprised when somebody told this, because your boss, your main boss, if he is coming to you and sharing and asking you to do something during this pandemic time, to design something to make everybody together, means they trust you. Then only they can give you this kind of a job and everything. So how this Dream Tank idea came about, and how did you deliver it, and how it's impacting people now?
Okay, wow, thanks. Okay, so if I can just speak a little bit more informally, Stephen. Hi to everyone. And okay, so the background of Dream Tank is started in MCO 1.0. So I assume we have a local crowd here. If you have an international crowd, that's when the global pandemic lockdown first started happening. So for us here in Malaysia, it happened around, I think, March, April 2020, right, thereabouts. So I work in a global team. I report into Manila, and most of my teammates are there. So back then they were physical there, and I was virtual here, and I flew over every now and then. Because of the pandemic, they too became virtual among themselves, and this is also something quite new to that environment.
Mm-hmm.
So so as Stephen said, actually my boss said, Lynn, can you please create a competition? The goal is storytelling. It's a commercial skill that we're trying to develop, as well as mental resilience. This is a moral support for the team for us to be there for each other. He will sponsor a one-night hotel stay for the winner. So it was so exciting. In the MCO, we get a one-night hotel stay from boss. Okay, let's do this. The thing is, he came to me behind the scenes and he was like, can you design something? I'm like, okay, design, all right. So I just opened a blank piece of paper and stared at it for about a few minutes. I'm like, how to do this storytelling, build mental resilience? I thought, okay, why not? Let's talk about our dreams. We hardly talk about that in the corporate world, right? In the corporate world, we're normally dealing with our usual day-to-day stuff and things like that. I think people, not to say that they have enough of that, they now need a different avenue to express themselves, to be themselves. And, it's between home and work is also at home. So I thought, okay, let's talk about things like dreams. Let's go in that direction and see where this goes. So my boss then, he's Mark. So I told Mark, hey, look, this is the idea. This is the title, Dream Tank. I was a bit scared he was going to say, Lynn, it's too cheesy, but he actually supported it. I'm like, ooh, okay, not bad. He agrees. So we basically developed a bank of questions, and the questions are very non-corporate. For example, we start surface a little bit first, ease everyone in. We just say, okay, what's the most difficult thing that you face this MCO, and how did you handle it?
It's just like a question, and then they will answer from their heart and everything, right?
Correct, but it's not just simply answer from heart because we design it into an 8-week competition. There is a prize there, so there are criteria. Everybody is only given 3 minutes. There's 7 of us in the team, so we need to keep to time a little bit. And the challenge for them there is to create a most inspiring and creative story. Then they will get voted. So obviously, the most upvoted one will win the thing. I mean, initially it started like this, like create the excitement, the rah-rah and everything. But eventually, it turned more into sharing and being really vulnerable with each other. So meaning there are some sessions where we would just laugh and laugh and laugh until all the tears come out. And then we will also cry, not say cry, but like the tears will come out because you really hear the struggle of other colleagues that you work with day to day, and you actually never knew this. They won't come and call you and suddenly, yeah, I'm struggling, right? So this was a really good avenue to really bring out all these things, and the team really bonded and gelled. And we also approach very risky, daring questions that normally we won't address in a corporate. For example, we would say, okay, if you don't work for this company, what would you do? Not many people will be so open to tell you this. It's like, oh, what do my boss think I don't like lah, or this, or there's a lot of fear and overthinking. You see. So this technically removed everything, and I said I created this environment that I borrowed the rules from Be at Your Best, 100% participation, no judgment, no comparison, and it is a safe environment. This for me is the key to create that warm space virtually. I mean, just some tips and tricks if you guys actually thinking of it. Yeah, you need to create this space so that people will actually open up. And the other thing is you start sharing first as well. You show your vulnerability, you share from your heart. Eventually people around you will also join you in that note. Yeah, this is the long story short of the dream tank and how it was.
Okay, we do have international crowd. We have people from Manila, but they are missing Manila because they are working in Shalam right now. Thank you, Miss Joanne, for joining us. Thank you very much for joining us from wherever you are. It's very cool. The dream tank, right? I'm not working in Lynn's company, but we are together in ET ideas and all these things. So she was doing this dream tank. She bring this initiative to one of the segment that we are doing, and the question that she asked is, what is your childhood dream and how are you living it? So I was like, what is this question? Why do I have to go and tell all these things? But then I joined. I was like, okay, I just join lah. What is this line? I think. But then I was so excited at the end, and it's become part 2, part 3 keep coming in because it's not enough time for all of us to share things that we want. It brings out all the things that we have in ourselves, and it was really, really great. It was super cool. So there's somebody saying, I think they have also attended it. Kavi is saying, believe me, that's really one of the best sessions. So
thank you guys for the feedback.
Yeah. So Lynn, you come up with this dream tank idea that is very cool, but for your boss to come and ask you particularly means he trusts you in the organization. To become a good employee, the topic is, am I a good employee, right? I think one of the characteristics to be a very good employee is to build the trust with your management, build the communication and all these things. Because come on, I spoke to a lot of people. I do marketing and sales full time, and I spoke to a lot of people. The moment they were like, my boss is doing this, my boss is doing that. I was like, did you go and tell your boss this? They were like, no, how to tell my boss all these things? They will definitely fire me and all these things. But how are you doing this? How did you build this relationship with your boss, with your working colleagues, so that they trust you, they comes to you, and all these things? How did you do that, Lee?
Thanks for the questions. Amazing question, Stephen. I didn't consciously do it. I need to be really honest, guys. I just went with my gut feel and, just be who I am at work. And of course, I took risk. The other thing is taking risk. And okay, so I won't go down that road. But what I'm trying to say is, hey, your boss is also a person, right? He's also like you, right? He also rise from the ranks to be where he is today. And so for me, I start thinking in that direction. And the second thing is always give him, for me, this is how I did it with my boss, okay? I mean, I'm not saying all of you can go and do that, but my experience is that I just give him the benefit of the doubt. Okay, so remember I introduced it as I'm working virtually. So I've never really met him face to face when I actually started to report to him. And of course, there was moments of adjustment. Sometimes I will feel like, why is his tone so sharp? Why didn't he include me in that project? Why only prioritize all the people in Manila? But instead of entertaining this kind of thoughts and then being sour and judgmental and political and all that, I decided to just shove all this aside. I say, I don't care. No matter what, I'm making this relationship between he and I work. It will be successful. So this is the kind of things, not consciously in front of my mind, but that is actually what I really wanted. Of course, I want to work with a boss that I'm happy with, right? So basically, when all these things happen, I just if it really bothers me, I mean, sometimes I can manage myself, fine. Or I just talk it out to my colleagues, fine. But I don't do gossip and stuff like that. What I do is, if I really cannot take it, I will just sit down with him, because we have a one-to-one catch-up. This is something that's quite normal in the corporate world. So during my personal time, not say like my own time with him, I'll just gently and nicely ask him. I said, hey, the other day, those projects you guys were doing, right? Can I just understand why you didn't include me? Is it because of timing or some other things that I'm not
Oh,
really good
you
at?
actually managed to go and ask him why you never include me in the
Yeah.
projects.
Yes,
Instead
but
of
what?
just thinking that, oh, the boss don't like me, that's why you're not including me in all these things.
Correct. Yeah. I actually made the decision to ask, because I mean, if it is something wrong on my part, I should know and I should improve. That's how I'm thinking. But if it is like a misunderstanding, then even more, it should be cleared out, right? Because this working relationship is not 2-3 months, it's going to be at least for 4 years, at least where I work is a 4-year window. So I want it to work and I want to be happy with what I'm doing. So, and actually, you know what? I found out the real answer. He said is, no, it's too late for you, because they work on a different shift. I work on our normal, this 10 to 7 shift.
Time zone difference.
Yes, correct. So you see, in the end, right, it's not what my mind told me, hey, he's so bad. He actually cared for me. He knows I have kids. He knows I have to pick them up from school. So he do not impose this burden on me. But of course, I do my part. I take out other heavier parts where I can. So I don't just rely on him. Okay, you take care of me? Okay, I don't care. I also try to give back. So this is how I slowly, based on this concept, that's how I slowly, build the relationship with him. Also, I don't entertain politics and gossip. I told him from day one, boss, you want me to do anything for you? Can, but I need your help. You shield me from all the politics. I don't want to be involved. But sometimes the politics is on him. People come and complain to me about him. What I do is, I do not join this. I just say, okay, I'm sorry you feel that way. Let me talk to my boss about it. And I tell him gently, hey, I say, boss, in this particular meeting, maybe it's better I handle myself. I'm okay. If I need your support, I will call you. He says, okay. And I really do call him. Sometimes I face very difficult scenarios. I need him. I will call him. So it's just an open communication that I really have with him. And over time, this will build. And I can also see, actually, he is trying. He's also trying to understand me, my culture. It's a bit different. Yes, we're all Asians, but there are differences somehow in the way we behave and the way we work. It's called micro iniquities. So the point is, we both were working it out. So yeah, I think that's what really led to a strong relationship.
That's really nice, Lynn. Thank you for sharing with us that, because many people are afraid about this communication. Go and talk to the boss.
Yes.
Like I told you, I spoke to many people. They look at the boss like who is this, like dictator who don't talk to anyone and all these things. Actually, many bosses are really nice, and all they want is to be truthful. And I think from your sharing, one thing that I learned is give the benefit of doubts, and don't just simply form a perception that, oh, this boss don't like me, this person don't like me, this working colleague don't like me. They are always like that. They always talk behind my back and all these things. You just don't entertain this thought, and also you need to go and clear it out. That's when you don't go clear it out when you have the emotions, right? That's what we're telling, right? Yeah,
yes,
when you calm down first. Yeah, we calm down first, you're okay, you are no more emotional about it. Then you go to this particular person and ask him, okay, why you told me this? Is there any particular reason and all these things? Then only they can actually improve and move on from there. Thank you very much for
Steven, sorry, can
that.
I just add on a little bit to this part, right? One thing that really helps me to break through my fear of talking to superiors and bosses and colleagues, right? A life is short. Do you want to live your life circling in this kind of negativity, or do you want to find out the truth? So based on that, right, I would just find the courage to go and ask that person, like how Steven says, diplomatically. But my point is, I want to find out the truth. So I don't live in that. I would just go and ask nicely anyway. So if it is the truth, and I have seen it a few times happen, then only I will allow myself to make the conclusion, okay, this person is like that, this person is like this. At least you've tried. But the thing is, you can't go there with already that perception. You have to go with an open mind. If you go there with a perception, anything the person say, you will twist and turn it to fit your reality, what you think is you want it to be. So that one is a bit dangerous. But to me, it's just take the courage. You never know. You find such nice people behind your perceptions. You would have lost the opportunity, right, for that relationship if you didn't try. So that's what I think. Okay, thanks, Steven.
Okay, Lynn, there is some topic plus question is coming.
Okay, sure.
Lynn, what were some of the challenges you faced while conducting the Dream Tank project, and how did you address it? Interesting question.
I never thought of that. Yeah, to me, in my mind, was so smooth sailing.
So far, no problems, because everybody enjoying it very nicely.
But I will share this with you. So when I first started the Dream Tank, etc., my teammates were very supportive. My boss was very supportive. So I am very blessed in that sense. So I could learn in such an environment. And then there's also some challenges like, okay, what if one or two teammates don't make it? Do we still continue or do we don't? We don't. So those are kind of decisions we make together as a team. So those are smaller challenges. So my next challenges really is to bring this Dream Tank to the next level. It works for smaller teams. Now I need to know, does it work in bigger teams, 70, 80 people? So this is my first time experimenting it this morning with a community that I work in.
Wow, this
It
morning.
went very well. Just this morning, just before this call.
Okay.
So I was like, wow, so many things going on today. But I thrive on this kind of energy. So I'm okay. But what I'm trying to say is, it actually worked. And what Stephen mentioned also, I've tried it out in some of the areas in ET Ideas itself. It also went pretty well, but it taught me a few things. It won't always repeat. The factors, the dynamics is not the same with different groups of people. These are some of the challenges that we need to adjust. But to me, as the person designing this, hosting this, and teaching other people how to do this, I think that's completely fine. That's what adds to the spices. I manage it by going with the flow. So if things change, I don't get upset. I'm like, let's stop this, let's quit this. No, I'm like, there's a different factor that I didn't know. And if I choose this factor and I apply it to a different group or something like that, I find something new. So that's how I address the challenges that I face. And of course, I had to ask for space. So give me some space to try and all this. So I gained courage. I went up to my boss, a different boss that I report to locally. I went up to him and said, can you give me a chance to try this on a bigger scale? He said, okay. He was scared shit, to be honest, but he still let me do it, and I really thanked him for it. Yeah.
Thank you for the question. I think it's Saranjit. Thank you, Saranjit, for the question. Lynn, I have a very interesting question to ask you.
Okay.
You just now you mentioned something like look past the perception that we have towards people, and also you talk about how you are being calmed down when the problem is coming, so that after you calm down only you go and talk to the people. Otherwise, you cannot do stuff like this, right?
Yeah.
How did you calm your emotions down, and how do you look past the perception? Because it's very difficult, right? How do you do it, Lynn?
I don't know how to answer you in context. How do I do it? Okay, I think it comes with experience and maturity. I'm not saying I'm very mature. I can be very childish, guys. But what I mean is over time, you figure it out. Because back then, those stories that I'm sharing with you, I wasn't exposed to SIEP lifestyle and all. Okay, with SIEP, all that, even more better because we've got tools and ways to manage it. But back then, without knowing all these things, right? I think it's pure, through experiences, like, I've moments in life where I lash out, I scream at people, and I say crappy things. But in the end, I realized I went away and I'm feeling bad. Actually, I felt the hurt. Even though actually in that moment, my thinking is I want to hurt the other person, I ended up getting hurt and things like that. I don't like these feelings. I don't like to stay with this kind of feelings. I acknowledge it's there, okay, fine. So that's why over time when things happen, that's why I say through experience. After it happens a few times, wait. Maybe I misunderstood what he said. Maybe I don't know why he didn't call me for that project, etc. But it's okay. So I calm down. So like I said, if I needed to talk it out, sometimes that's the way to manage it. I would just go look for a colleague and blah, 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 everything, but no gossip that stays there. And they would just tell me what I should do or whatever, or they just listen. That's it. At the end of the day, so that's how I manage my emotions first, calm down everything. Then I go away. I let it be for about a day or two. But I will think about it later when I'm clearer. So I'm like, okay, this is actually what happened. Is it really what he feels? I don't think so. Because at the end of the day, we are working together. He will not purposely do something bad just to keep me out of the team. If he doesn't want me in the team, then he can just tell me. So I think in this way. So because of that, then I just pick up the courage to go and talk to him. And when you talk that time, then you don't go on an attack mode or a defensive mode. So this is how I handled it back then. Don't react straight away. So one of my managers also told me this tip. This person also quite reactive one. So he taught me one way to do is he put a 2 minutes delay sending to his email. Because sometimes he will reply in the email and then send pow, and then you regret it, you cannot pull back the email. So he put this 2 minute delay sending. Sometimes he will really think back and cancel one. No, he won't send the email. So there are small things that in a practical sense, there's small things that you can do to help you. But ultimately, you yourself need to center yourself. What is it you want? Who is this person to you? What is this relationship for? Do you still want it to work or not? If yes, calm yourself down, figure it out, and have an open conversation with the person. If you don't want to say bye-bye. And then no regret later, okay? And don't call Stephen and me.
Okay. That's really nice, Lynn. We have Miss Joanne saying her opinion. She she agreed with the open communication. Honest
Okay.
communication is very important to build the trust. She was telling that when she started work, she told the boss that she's going to work for the greater good of the company, for the client, and everything. She's not
Mhm.
going to please anyone, and then they all start to trust her and all these things. That's very nice, Miss
Oh,
Joyce.
that's
Thank
really
you for
good.
sharing with us
Yes.
that. Yeah, thank you for sharing with that. That's what we want to people to know as well. Audience, if you guys have any more questions, please do ask. We have another 5 to 6, 7 minutes left. Please do ask any questions so that the session will be more personalized to you. And also do share this session in your newsfeed so that other people, maybe the one in your newsfeed, also can watch this and become a better employee by themselves as well. And Lynn, I have a very
Mm.
interesting question to ask you. To am I a good employee? What does that mean to you, Lynn? What are the qualities that person have to be a good employee? Because honestly, I have no idea.
Can I just say we refer to Joanne's answer just now? You work for the greater good of the company. Okay, but the truth is not
That's a
everybody
good
can do
answer.
that.
Yep.
It is a very good answer. I just want to commend Joanne. That's very brave of you to do. A lot of people won't do that because they will fear a lot of things like, oh, this person don't like me, I cannot work here, etc. So it's really good of you. Am I a good employee? Traditionally, how I think I'm a good employee is I'm contracted to work for the company for 8 hours, right? And then 1 hour including lunch, so 9 hours. So as long as I clock in during that time and I'm there and I'm delivering and I'm answering my stakeholders during that time, my work done. Go home. Bye-bye. Anything you call me after that hours, I don't entertain because it's work-life balance or work-life integration. Okay, this is my traditional understanding mindset of am I a good
Mm.
employee. However, over time, over years, given the empowerment, the flexibility, and the creativity to do what I want, especially okay. So the latest example is actually Dream Time, and actually there's many more. Now, I think what makes a good employee, if I'm a good employee, is I'm not only doing my day-to-day job and delivering, I'm doing that well. And on top of that, I'm also contributing in building people, in building the community. I mean, this doesn't apply to everyone. Really follow your heart in what you're interested, because I am interested in working with people and developing and looking at things in leadership and things like that. So that's what I enjoy. If you enjoy something else that can contribute to the company, offer yourself up. Like, maybe I run this project, maybe I'll do this together with you and something like that. Get partners, because sometimes working alone is a bit hard because there's a lot of things to face. But if you have a working partner, someone who supports your idea, then it actually brings it through. So to me, as long as you're delivering value, it doesn't matter whether you do it in 1 hour or 2 hours in a day. Like the time is not matter anymore, especially in this pandemic where we all work from home. Sometimes you work round the clock, but we deliver nothing. Sometimes you work for 2 hours, bam, we already hit profit back to the bottom line or the bottom line of people's lives. That's what my next aim is actually, to bring back positive value to the bottom line of people's lives, not really the balance sheet anymore. But this is how I see being a good employee is you're bringing value regardless whether it's a monetarily commercial or it's to the people, because many people don't think about this. People are also the capital assets of the company. It's just that they are moving things, so not much attention is paid to the softer side of things. So that's where I try to add value as well. So in summary, now I think this is how you see whether I'm a good employee. Are you a good employee? Yeah.
Okay. Interesting sharing. Thank you very much, Lynn. We have a question. First, we have a comment from
Okay.
Vanessa saying that my former boss has always advised the team to never reply
Yes.
any emails immediately when you are angry. Thank you very much for sharing that. And also, we have a question from Kavi. He asked an interesting question. What happens if your superior reject the idea you bring and want to be in their own way? Let me just rephrase this question to you to be more specific. Let's say you are very excited about this dream tank idea, then you go and talk to your boss. Boss, this is my idea. It's an amazing idea that you can do this. Then suddenly your boss reject that idea and tell something totally new. What you will do, Lin? And you're very into this idea. You put your heart into it and everything. You really want to do this, but then your boss reject this. What you will do?
I will be disappointed and hurt, of course, but I will park that a little side. I will deal with it. But what I'll do is I'll follow his idea. I say, okay. I will ask first also. You don't think my dream tank idea is great? What? Why? I will ask feedback first. Okay, why do you think it's not great? Where can we improve? Then either he will tell me or he won't. If he's the kind of person, no, I totally shut it down and want it his own way, which is maybe completely different. I will also take that approach and say, okay, fine. If you think that way will meet the objective that you originally wanted, I'm happy to support you in that, and I will do that first. Give first. Follow his way. You don't know what else he can see, because he is the manager after all, right? He has an eagle's eye view. not you, right? At the moment in that scenario. So follow first, give first, and see how lah. Along the way, right? If you support him, eventually he will listen to your ideas, especially if your ideas are really valid, not just to satisfy your ego, but it is really going to bring benefit to the people. He will listen one. This is my own take on it lah. To me, and be a team player. If you say you're going to, okay lah, we do it your way, you really do, you don't marah-marah and do, you really try and see what he's thinking. Because different people see things differently, and if you can see all perspective and gel it as one, that's for me the most perfect solution for a community or a team already. Yeah, so that's my take on it.
Really, I'm really impressed by the answer. I never know that you're going to share this answer. I was really impressed. Give first, right? Yeah,
Yes.
it's like no point in going and fight with your boss. Why you reject my idea and all this? You just give first. And I like the idea why you say give first. One thing is, he is the manager, and he is in the manager role because he worked in the company for so long, and he have the experience and he have all these things. So maybe he's giving this idea because he's seeing the bigger picture of the company and all those things. So you don't know what you're going to deliver. So you again goes back to the beginning of your sharing. Give the benefit of doubts, accept it, and do it. If this works perfectly, that is fine. At least is delivering the objective. If it doesn't work, then maybe you can go and approach back your idea again. Why don't we try this and all? So very nice sharing, Link. Thank you for that. Thank you for asking that particular question, Kavi. I'm really mind blown by that particular answer. And yes, we have 1:30 ready, but I was talking for 5 minutes, so we have 5 more minutes, guys. If you have any questions, please do ask the question. And Lynn, I have one last question. Maybe we
Sure.
can wrap it off if audience have no question after this. If to be a good employee, we definitely need to give our 100% in our work. Just do your work, go there, your job scope, do the work perfectly, make sure you give your best and all these things, right? But that cannot say you are a good employee. Just go there, do your work. Your work is A to Z, means you just do A to Z, you come back and everything. That doesn't make you a good employee, right? And that doesn't mean that you need to go and do everybody's job and you take the job and everything, right? What does a good employee they need to do? They need to focus on work? They need to go out, they take everybody's job and or what they need to do?
Okay, first you need to do very well at what you're doing in order for people to take you seriously and for you to build credibility in what you're doing. That means you would have already displayed the qualities. By doing well at what you are doing, you already displayed certain qualities that people will be looking for. So that's the first part of the puzzle for me. More than that, engage in a community, right? And see what is their needs. You don't simply go and do projects and initiatives just to be a wow employee. I mean, yeah, you can do that, but it only satisfies your ego in the end. It doesn't deliver actual value to people or the company. This is just my personal opinion. So just see a need, whatever need there is, whoever needs help, for all you know, you're really good at what you're doing, but your colleague or your peer doesn't know what he or she is doing and they're struggling, just go and offer your help. If you really have, you do your stuff so well, you've got extra time, go and offer your help, etc. So by starting small ways like this, right, you actually build yourself up in the company and in your own career as well. So I feel like for a good employee, don't just stick to your scope or your work, etc. But first, you need to be able to handle that super well, be a master of what you're doing, and then you can move on to help other people and contribute to other people. Slowly, right, this also crafts your next steps to your next career, the next thing that you want to do. So, if you're talking about promotion, you're talking about CEO, you want to be, that's another end goal for you, right? I'm sure whoever is working in whatever you're doing, you want to do this for the next 20 years. That's why I'm at least quite sure. So when you do small things like this, it leads you on. It's a path that you go on. And you contribute to the company naturally and you yourself. So that means it's a win-win for you, your team, your community, your company. That's my opinion on it.
That's what the organization wants also, right? They don't want people who just work in their just job scope. If they just say they're admin, they just do the admin work and all these things. That type of people organization is not looking for. They're looking for people who can do extra than that. But for you to do extra than that, you need to, like what you said, master the work that you are doing. Let's say if when initial days you took like 8 hours to finish the work, when you become really good at it, you finish it in maybe 6 hours. And this extra 2 hours, you can take up the other things, build the other skills that you have that will eventually lead you to the promotions, the increment, the attention that they need from the boss. The management will trust you. So
Correct. And this also shows that you look beyond your job scope, and you're also looking at the external factors that is the company is operating in. And then you show up with your ideas. So I mean, if I own the company that big or that small, I'll be so happy when my employees come to me, hey Lynn, did you see this? Did you see that? Our competitors doing this. Maybe we could try this. Ideas flow and then take action and then be responsible for it. I think that's one of the most awesome employees we can ask
awesome,
for.
awesome. Thank you very much, Lynn. Now I know why my heart says Lynn should be the right person to talk on this am
Wow.
I a good employee topic. So thank you very much. It's a really, really nice session. I really mind blown. Thank you everyone for joining. And Lynn says something very interesting during our session, handling your emotion, have open and honest communication, build the trust, give first, and handling your emotion, look past the perception and everything. This is all is very nice to hear from Lynn who have done it. But as an employee right now in the working world, most of us we cannot do. Even after this talk show, you got really, really, really inspired by it, Lynn, and then you go try to do it. You will do it, but after some time you will just forget about this talk show. You don't think that all these things happen and everything, because it's not a habit pertain to you yet and all these things. So Lynn learned all these things, SIP, how to manage, how to handle emotions, perceptions, and all these things through the Dare to Live conference that she attended. Remember the first talk, the first conference that she attended, and now she's one of the speakers there. And we are going to do the same Dare to Live conference with many speakers. We have about 32 speakers, if I'm not mistaken, in various different fields, from ET ideas, who going to share about how they are stepping out of the system. If you want to be extraordinary, if you want to be someone who is noticeable, you want to be someone successful in everything, you cannot do it by following the same system. Because if you just follow the same system, go study, get a job, do all these things, you will just be an ordinary person. But if you are someone who wanted to be extraordinary means it's not like you manage 10 business and all these things. You just be happy in whatever that your life, you feel that your purpose is fulfilled, you are happy in your day-to-day life, your family is happy in all these things, then you should definitely attend this conference and hear from these successful 32 entrepreneurs on how did they have step out their system and do whatever that their heart wants. Even it could be in the workplace, like Lynn is one of the speaker going to be talking about employment, how she is solving world problems in the working place by managing herself. She's not going to be talking alone. She's going to talk with Saranjit. Saranjit was also featured in this talk show twice. Anthony also featured in this talk show before. So these three deadly combo who are doing very, very well in their working world, going to share about employment, how you can do all these things. Beside them, we're going to talk about a lot of things. If you're a parent, they're going to talk about parenting, how you can bring your kid up in a nice way. If you're a business owner, how you can do a business in a different way, not just for sake of money, but you are earning money, but you're impacting the people at the same time. Learning about marketing, learning about sales, about digital marketing, how you can do all these things. And it covers everything. It covers every aspects of your life. That's how great the Dare to Live conference is. It's happening on December, and the original price of the conference is 650. So we have opened up the early bird price for this particular conference for only 150 ringgit right now. So whoever that is registering for this conference is 150 ringgit. If you don't trust me, Lynn attended the physical conference. Lynn, how much you paid, Lynn? Did you remember?
Cannot remember really, but I remember that the original cost price was about 3,000 ringgit. This is because we are drawing from experiences of all these people. If you divide it, how much the cost by the number of experiences that you actually learn from them, it's a no-brainer, I feel.
When Lynn attended the conference, she actually paid about like 1,000 plus ringgit, because it's a physical 2 days conference. So she paid this amount. But now, since we are doing it online, we reduced to 650. And now, since a lot of time left, we are giving it for only 150 ringgit. It's a good bargain, guys. Go for it. And how you can get it, you can contact me first. This is my number, 017-211-0301. Contact me. And then just mention to me that you know about this early bird price in the Talk with Steven session with Lin Chen. And then I can give you the link for you to get the Dare to Live conference seat for 150 ringgit only. So that's all from us. Thank you very much, Lynn. Thank you, everybody, for joining us and listening to Lynn's experience. And see you guys again next week.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.